Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Magic, Mystery, and Medicine. I'm your host, Megan Edge, and today I have my fabulous friend and colleague, Johanna, who is here to share with us herself today and all the amazing things that she's doing and the things that she's offering and the things that she's learned. And we're going to share some of our journey together of how we started working with one another, as well as some future endeavors and what it is that you can look forward to sharing and learning with us as we move into 2019.
Yay!
So I would love to begin the conversation, Johanna, by making it all about you. Spotlight's on you. I would love for you to introduce yourself to our audience. Tell them who you are, tell them what you do, give them some of your titles, and then we'll see where we go from there.
So I'm Yohanna, and I am a medical exercise specialist and a intuitive energy massage practitioner. Those are the two titles that I wear. My company is Body, Wisdom, and Wellness. And I really believe when I created the title, it kind of came to me backwards. So it was wellness. How do we create wellness for ourselves? I believe that we have the ability to heal ourselves, but sometimes we need help. And this is where I come in, or other practitioners. We need a team. We have the wisdom within ourselves. Now, we don't always know how to access that. Again, how do we do that? Do we do it ourselves, or do we need help? And we are in this physical body, and so oftentimes the people that I work with have physical problems, as I've had being in a car accident and really learning that I needed to be in body, mind, and spirit healing all at the same time. So I carry that through with my clients. I'm also a mom to an 11-year-old daughter who's
Yay, moms.
going through pre-teen stuff. So yeah, that's fun. And I bought a condo by myself last year, and I've been fixing it up and enjoying traveling again for the first time. So I've went to Hawaii last year, Dallas a couple of times, and I'm going to Mexico in January, which you don't even know about.
I didn't know about that. That's so awesome.
I got an opportunity. My girlfriend said, come, the accommodation is taken care of. So
nice.
I said, yes, universe, thank you very much. I'm going.
I love it. I love that you shared that with us, that the power of our yes is so important and so vital to us achieving our goals and our dreams. So I'm curious, when you first started out as a medical exercise expert, specialist.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, actually, I'd love for you to share with our audience what that is, what that entails, and what was it that drew you to that healing modality in the first place?
Okay. So medical exercise specialist is a person who works with people with a variety of medical conditions. So I'm certified to work with 60 different types. It could be from a joint replacement, it could be back pain, it could be just that you haven't exercised for a long time and you want to get back moving. I work with predominantly an older clientele, but not everybody is older. Some people have, I have a lot of chronic pain people. So it is, there are protocols that I follow, but I've been working with some of the same people for 3 years now. So nice. It's an ongoing process of what I sort of say, peeling back the onion. Okay, so we've dealt with this issue. What's underneath that? What else do we need to do to keep you healthy, happy? You can keep doing all the things. I have a lot of people that like to garden. Here in Victoria, gardening is really hard on the body.
Yeah, it is.
And so it is, okay, let's not have your neck kick in every time, or you're laid up for a week after you go out gardening, because that's no fun.
No, that's right. So what drew you to this as a healing modality?
So it's a bit of a long story. Back it up a little bit. I was doing NIA with Karen Boissonneau here in Victoria, loved it, and I thought, I want to learn how to do this. And so I went to the workshop, but I never thought I'd actually be a teacher. And so one of the things that they challenge you at the end is to set a date to teach a class.
Oh.
And it was quite challenging to follow the music, to do this. And I thought, well, this is, I want to be in my body. I need to have a new relationship with my body. And so I did it. And at the same time, my daughter was young, and I thought, I kind of knew that I would at some point be changing my career. I was a graphic designer for 25 years, so this is a big switch.
Wow, that is a big switch. Yeah.
I didn't know what it was going to be. And so a friend of mine said, come and take this course. He'd been trying to get me to do it for a while. And I don't know anything about, like the body or exercise. That was my brother's field. And so I came and took the workshop. I was phonetically spelling body parts. And
well, that's a good way to create body memory of the body parts.
It challenged me. It challenged me in ways that I never thought that I would be challenged. I had to learn biology. I had to learn. I started with bones. Let's start with the shoulder. Let's literally work the way down, and then the muscles, and then what goes wrong. When somebody has problems with the shoulders, somebody has problems with their hips, and then what do you do to heal that?
Right.
And so if we fast forward now, I love the challenge of working with people to figure out what is it that is going to fix them. So sometimes, it's like pieces of the puzzle about, you're moving that way, your foot's doing that. Well, if we exercise the other muscle, how can we, look at that, you're actually standing better, you're walking better. Really looking at the body. So some of the NIA work that I did where we do an internal x-ray, I can carry it over into the medical exercise part. Then I overlap the confident healer or the intuitive energy massage. So then it is, okay, what else is going on a deeper level? And this is part of the reason that I took and I'm probably slipping into the next part.
That's okay. I was about to ask, so you're ahead of me. It's because we're like this.
Yes, we are.
Can you see what we're wearing today? We did not talk to each other about this.
We did. We texted really.
Soul sisters.
So, so people were having issues, and it wasn't being resolved through exercise or stretching, and so we would have conversations, but I wanted to be able to go deeper, and I wasn't sure how to help my clients. And so this is where the intuitive aspect comes in terms of what do they need on any specific day, and then with the massage, or even just being able to put my hands on them and sort of feel the energy. Okay, and we need to be doing this. We need to. So then I can think about what is the exercise, or what do we need to do to move you in the direction of healing. So
it sounds like a beautiful combination, right? Because what we learn in the Confident Healer and Intuitive Energy Massage is the way in which the body creates a language in order to communicate with us as to what its needs are in order to be in a state of grace and wellness, whatever that looks like for the individual. So by the time something shows up in the body, in the shoulder or in the hip, we recognize that there's a source for that manifesting at the physical level that's coming from an energetic or an emotional place, usually within 2 years to 5 years prior to it showing up in the physical body. So as you were describing, we can take the physical body so far in correcting it, but unless we're able to find the source of the physical manifestation, it will continue to show up. Yeah. And that's chronic pain. Yeah. When the body shows up in physical chronic pain, it's because the source of that pain has not been healed or resolved yet.
And some of the information that I am now more comfortable in sharing with people, it can be taken, they sort of have to go away and think about it and absorb it. And so that's been a challenge too, is being able for me to shift into this other realm where I am comfortable sharing what's coming up. But the relationships I have with my clients are such that I can do this now. So it is, I'm just feeling better about it, and I'm attracting people that want that.
Yeah. Well, and that's so key, because what I know can happen to us as a species or as individuals, we get so used to being in pain or to having something physical that's a challenge to us that becomes part of our identity.
Yeah.
And there can be a lot of resistance on the part of the individual to actually doing the healing work, to knowing what the source is and releasing the need to show up with that limp or to show up with that chronic shoulder, to have that thing that we can always talk about with other people and connect with them through, or have their attention directed towards us because we have this ouch.
Or it's an excuse not to engage at all. And that's the
right.
other thing that I see is that sometimes my clients don't, they like holding on to that.
Yeah.
And as we work, and then I get this, well, I was able to do all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Where that, it's baby steps.
That's right.
It's baby steps.
And that's where it's so beautiful that your clients get to work with you in a long-term kind of relationship, where they get to see the results of the commitment that they have made, whether they realize they've made the commitment or not, to them being in a state of health.
Yeah.
And it's their own personal state of health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did a client appreciation, and I wrote in each card my acknowledgement for them for taking responsibility for their health, their ongoing health.
That's huge.
And
I got goosebumps.
Because it's not only are they supporting me, and I'm very honored that I get to be the person that is on the journey with them, but really acknowledging what they are doing as well, and that they're the ones doing the work, and
That's right.
I am there holding that space, or I come to them and tell them today we're doing this. So it's very rewarding on so many different levels.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that brings me to wanting to share some of our journey together, how we met and how we came to be doing the work that we are doing together, and how you came into the Confident Healer and into IEM. And I love the story that you share with people about how you came to see me for a session. And you take it from here.
So I came to see Megan, I don't know how many years ago it was now.
Oh gosh,
About
where
6?
where was I at? Was I at Arnold Street or at Fernwood?
Arnold.
Okay, so that would have been...
No, Fairfield. You were just the 2 houses down on the back.
Yeah, that was Fernwood. That was my office in Fernwood. Wasn't it?
Oh, the very first time was in Fernwood.
In Fernwood. So that was when I really had just started.
Yeah,
So we're talking...
No, that was the first time. But the second time...
8 years ago?
The second time was when you were in the home.
Okay, so that was Arnold.
Yeah. And I didn't like the reading she gave me. And I went away and mulled on it, and I didn't get in touch with Megan for a couple of years.
What she's told me is she got pissed off.
Of course, she was right. That was the part that... And so then our paths started to cross as they do. And we were at a networking event, and Megan was coming up with this 9-month Confident Healer course. And I looked at it and I read it, and I thought, I have to do this. And I'm not sure why. And I knew that I had to do it. So figured it out, and I did it. And partway through, she introduced the IEM. And again, I don't know why, but I need to do this. And it was the best choice that I've made. Yeah. If somebody had told me, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, that I would be doing this, that I would be having my own business. I'm at capacity right now.
That's so great. Congratulations.
I think I might have a wait list.
Wait list. I love wait lists.
So and then I'm doing this intuitive part and really listening to my heart and my intuition. I would have, you're crazy.
It's funny how often I hear that.
Yeah. And yet it has, it finally feels like this is me. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm still not totally clear on trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah. And those aren't just the people that come and see us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a state of being. And there's a couple of things that I want to touch on. So first of all, patience. I was just watching one of our workshop wisdoms from your class that we're about to post on the YouTube channel, and it's all about patience.
Yes.
And it's how when you have patience, you're signaling to the universe that you're ready for things to fall into place.
And it's really hard sometimes. And that was one of the, I heard it in so many different places from so many different people. I mean, I'd pull cards, and it was around patience and around trust that this will happen.
Yeah.
And eventually I got it.
Well, I remember that one of your big struggles was looking at how to integrate your more mainstream medical exercise specialist work with this very much not mainstream.
Yes.
Let's call it hoo-hoo-y, or whatever you want to call it. I love owning that. It's my hoo-hoo. No, not my hoo-hoo. It's my woo-hoo! Well, we do a lot of different kinds of healing. Just saying. It really is this intuitive world, right? Where yes, there are tangible results. We've seen them. We've seen our clients have miraculous recoveries and move into taking responsibility for their health in really powerful ways. However, it's not scientifically measurable because we're working with the emotions and we're working with energy. So you were really struggling with, how do you bring these two in? Do you offer two completely different healing modalities? Is there a way for them to work with one another? And before we started our video, we were having a conversation about this. And what I was feeling around it, and I'm getting all my goosebumps as I say this, is that the patience piece for you was waiting for medical expert or exercise specialist work and intuitive counseling, intuitive energy massage work to find a way that they could work with each other. They had to create a relationship with one another. Yeah. And now it's starting to organically become a joint offering. And the two of them have figured out how to work with one another through you.
And I'm also more comfortable in sharing this with my clients, because that was a big thing. I mean, coming from the graphic design background and medical exercise specialist, again, everything is very, there's protocols. Graphic design follows, it's creative, but it is very...
but there's rules of engagement.
There's rules, yeah. And being intuitive, it changes all the time. But then people change all the time too.
Yeah, that's right.
So one of the things that I hear a lot of the time from my clients is I am teaching them to be in their body. And so this is where, I'm always, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? So it could be physically, how do you feel? But it is also like, when we're doing this, what else is going on? Yeah. And integrating those two modalities even into, like I said earlier, what am I going to do with you today? And I don't, oftentimes, I don't have an agenda. It is, what does your body need today? So I always say, how are you feeling? What's going on with your body? And oftentimes it will tell me what it needs. Yeah. Because even if they say, well, everyone loves a massage. Everyone loves, the head, my neck, down my shoulder. But it is, what else do you need? We're going to actually work on your hips. We're going to, we're going to move. We're going to move stuff. And so it's just been an organic melding of the two worlds. But I had to be patient. I had to let it happen.
And it wasn't anything that you could decide how it was going to look. Because when you tried to decide how it was going to look, it just sort of slapped you back in the face and said, no.
Yeah. Even now I have been thinking about finding a space. Because right now I go to people's homes. And I drive a lot. So finding a space. It's like it's there. That's the next thing. But it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. And so... again, I'm just trusting the process that the space will show up, the situation will show up as it's meant to. Yeah. It's not. I'm not there yet. Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, and this is how I think intuitive energy works. This is how I know intuitive energy works, and the universe. When we say yes, this is what I would like, this or something better.
Yeah.
There are things that have to happen in order for that to occur. And those things take time. And we are in linear time. So even if we have a vision, and we've talked about this with IEM, we've had this vision, this group vision of a beautiful house that becomes the IEM house, where there's practitioners' rooms, and there's a foyer, and there's a big space for doing workshops and trainings and all of that. And as a community, we have envisioned this. I'm getting my goosebumps again. And yet it hasn't shown itself because there are things we still need to do.
Yeah.
Each of us individually, and IEM itself
And collectively,
isn't quite ready for that yet. Not because it's lacking anything, just simply because it's evolving. It's growing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so fascinating. I love it. I love layering onto our reality these subtle, energetic understandings of how things flow. Mm-hmm. And then, like you say, the patience, but also the acceptance.
Yeah.
That we don't always get to know in
And
the moment.
Also, when we, like you're saying, that it takes, 2 to 5 years for things to happen. Sometimes it's longer. Mm-hmm. It takes that length of time, if not longer, to undo it. So it's sometimes things can happen very quickly.
Yes.
But sometimes it just takes longer. It's not an overnight, because we hold on to things.
We really do hold on to things, and we often don't even know what we're holding on to on the one hand, and on the other hand, we have this idea that miracle healing. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I have clients that are like that. It's like, well, we had that great session. How come everything hasn't changed yet? Well, have some things changed? Well, yeah, some things have changed, but not everything.
Yeah.
Well, how long did it take you to get that wound up?
Yeah.
How many decades, how many lifetimes did it take you to get that tightly coiled up in that belief or in that pain or in that state of mind? So give yourself a week or two.
And then that's the ego saying, I want it done right now.
That's right. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Maybe I'm not so ready. Oh, I'm not ready.
Because things will show up, and then we realize that we're not ready.
Yeah.
So,
Well, speaking of things showing up, that's a beautiful segue into what you're doing currently, and for both of us, what visions we have for 2019, because we are coming to the end of 2018. We're going to start thinking about our power words for 2019. And we both have projects on the go. So where I'd like to begin actually is this beautiful deck of cards that you showed me the other day. So one of the exercises that we do, one of the assignments that we do in the Confident Healer is you get these 9 months to create your own divination system. You did the Confident Healer 3 years ago? I think you were the first.
Yeah, we were the first ones.
First ones, yeah.
It started in February.
Yeah, we had a different start date for it. But yeah, it was about 3 years ago. Because we're on the 4th one now.
Yeah,
we're on the 4th Confident
Well, I've
Healer,
been doing IEM for 2 years, so I guess that would be right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
backtrack.
Johanna had the assignment to make her divination system 3 years ago.
Yeah, it took me a while.
And I was over at her house earlier this week or last week, and she said, guess what? I finally finished my assignment. So talk about patience and allowing things to unflow.
It just was not ready to come out yet.
That's right.
I knew what I wanted to do, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, and you still pass the Confident Healer even if you haven't finished your divination system, just so you know. So I'm going to hand these over to you, and I would love for you to explain, and perhaps I could even do the process so we can demonstrate how these work.
So these are what I call reminder cards. I am a constant learner. I've realized this about myself, that I'm always learning. I'm always reading. I'm always observing. I'm taking courses. I'm expanding myself. And I'm always writing stuff down. I've got boxes of journals and notes and what I call my learnings. And so these cards are reminders to us. It could be a cosmic pick. It could be the inspiration for the day. You can meditate on it. And it's just to either support, to nudge, to encourage. What is it that I need? And so I kind of went through, and originally I had 60, and 10 of them did not make it in the final cut. And so these are just a process of various sayings. So I'll let you pick one, Megan.
So let's hold them. Okay, people can see them.
So
okay, awesome. They're so pretty.
They're just little. Now, this is the first set, and I will change the backgrounds. It's a flower that I took, and then it's just all cut up in little pieces. But I will do some other colors next time.
It's all an evolution, too.
Oh,
and that's what the Heart's Journey became, before it was the box set.
Yeah.
I remember it was in the organza bag.
Yeah, I remember that. I've got one.
Yeah, one of the originals.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful reminder.
Yeah.
You are loved. You know, and that's so simple and so beautiful. And yeah, sometimes we need to remember. We just need to slow down.
Yeah.
Breathe that in. I am.
Did you get? Yeah.
Thank you.
So the one that all weekend I've been purging and sorting and recycling and going through my stuff. It's an ongoing process. I'm not a pack rat. I am a sentimental rat.
Oh, sentimental rat.
Yes,
Very
that's
nice.
my new. So
like it.
I have to look at it because some things are really hard to get rid of. And so after I had done 2 days of doing this, I thought, well, I'll pull a card. Again, this is right before bedtime. The card I pulled was, and I'm no kidding, let go of those things that do not bring you joy. Now, I wrote this, and I had to laugh because this is what I've been doing all weekend. And sometimes I have to pull out my pendulum and say, is this, for my highest good to keep this? No, no. All right, off it goes. Somebody else. It's time for somebody else to
That's awesome. I love it.
So, so these have been a project in the works, and I'm very happy to share them with people.
This is amazing. So how can people find them? You're selling these, right?
I am. Right now, $12 a set.
What a beautiful stocking stuffer.
It's not on my website today, but it will be maybe in the next day or so.
But in the meantime, how can people get in touch with you so they can order these from you? Website?
Yeah, website.
Contact information?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your website address?
It is bodywisdomandwellness.com.
Okay.
Bodywisdomandwellness. It's a long one. Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Or look up Johanna Hestler? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they can find you, you're on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not updated.
Okay, don't go to LinkedIn yet.
Yeah.
She'll work on that over the holidays. They're all going to go to LinkedIn now.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
And through your website and by Googling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So what's coming up for you? What's coming up in 2019?
Well,
what are you hoping?
The space is one thing that I'm hoping will make itself clearer, because that still is in the back here. And then recently, Meg and I were just talking about online workshops. And so one that I want to create is a 10-week chakra workshop. So the first all-day workshop, we get together, we talk about the chakras, we talk about what they mean, and then each week we are practicing, we are delving into that chakra. And so it came to me from another workshop that I was at, and as I was going for a hike a few weekends ago, I thought, I like this idea.
Yeah.
I like that because you immerse yourself in it for that week, and really feeling into what each one is, because even for myself, it's been a process of really understanding, learning what each one does, and when it's out of balance, and how it relates to different parts of the body, and how, this is the part that really fascinates me too, is if that chakra is out of balance, what is it? What are the organs that are related? And then what are the muscles that are related? And then how, if their muscles aren't working, and then we're out of balance, and we're out of alignment, and I'm like, well, that's right up my alley. So so it kind of it again, there's that melding of the two worlds, because of the looking deeper of, okay, this is what's showing up physically. Now let's go underneath, and let's go back to what else is out.
And I presume if it's a 10-week program, then you're going into more than the 7 main chakras that most people are familiar with, and taking them into some of the chakras that you learned about in the Confident Healer.
Yeah, maybe.
So foot and hand and soul and ninth.
Well, I believe that, with what we talked about, is hands are healing. And so they're creative. They are, I use them to work with my clients. Yeah. But I've also got an art background and the graphic design background. And so this is how I create.
That's
so
right.
what else, and I've got issues with my hands, which I find interesting too. So it's, for me, even that ongoing looking at what is going on with each chakra, what is,
I think it's incredibly powerful. And to be able to spend an entire week with this amazing woman and each of your chakras as you go through that journey, I'm super excited. So once you've got it all set up, let me know.
I will.
So I can support you and spread the word.
Cool.
For my 2019, I'm also going online. I'm so excited about this. And I'm taking the various modules of the Confident Healer, which there are 10 different teaching modules, and beginning the process of turning those into online personal development programs. And the first one that we're going to be looking at is actually the last module when you take the Confident Healer, and that is the manifesting module. So what I've created are 8 steps to become a master manifester. And I guarantee this is not like any other manifesting program you've taken, because you had to do your work. You got to do your work with me. So we will be going deeply each week into these 8 steps, clearing out the gunk, clearing out the energy that gets you stuck in not manifesting or not believing that you can have what you desire, getting really clear about what your beliefs are and which of those beliefs support you and which of them don't. We're going to be looking at language and how language can support you or it can sabotage you depending on what kind of language you're using. And by the end of these 8 weeks, we will have created something, or you will have created something for yourself that you never believed you could have.
Exciting.
I know. I'm very excited. So stay tuned for that. That will be coming up in the early part of the new year. I'm hoping February or March.
Great.
As a start. Yeah. So we will be supporting each other with that. And that's really where I'd like us to fold it in, is how important it is for us to be in community. How important it is for us to support one another and help each other as healers, as women, as sisters, as friends. This whole old dynamic culturally of women competing with one another and pulling each other down in order to succeed. Let's just drop that at the door from now on, please.
Yep.
Because when women gather in sisterhood, when we gather in community, we can move mountains. And we are. I'm watching it in so many different places. Let's just take 2 seconds to acknowledge the Me Too movement and what happened around, it was the Grammys or the Emmys or something at the beginning of this year, where women actresses of quite a lot of power and influence in the US and in the film industry were stepping forward and saying, me too, this was my experience as well. And they were getting torn apart by other women saying, well, why didn't you protect all the other women in the film industry? And it just broke my heart, because I know how challenging it is and how much courage it takes to stand up and say, that was my experience. And I also know how, when that experience is happening, how isolated you are, usually by the perpetrator. And it is no easy thing to gather your sisters together and say, let's all protect each other at the time that's occurring. But I believe that now, that today we can have that conversation, and that more and more men and women are stepping forward to say, let's create community around this and support one another. And that's for all aspects of our life. It's women as entrepreneurs, women as leaders, women as business owners, women making money to support themselves, their families, and be able to give back to their communities. And it all starts here. Right? It starts with 2 women deciding they're going to support one another. It starts with building a community of women who say, I've got your back, and I'm proud of the work that you're doing. And I'm going to go, here I go. Just to be able to be on this journey with you and to watch and witness and be a part of all the things that you've moved through. And known that along the way, I've let you in more and more, because this is one of my challenges, to let people in. But I know that there is this incredible community of women. Yeah. And that we are supporting one another. And we're modeling this for our daughters and for our other friends. And we're making this a reality. Yeah.
And your Confident Healer also allowed me and other women to be able to go there too. And to follow their heart's path. Yeah. And when I kept pulling that card again and again and again and again.
Follow your heart?
So, are you on your heart's path? And that was really, you were the space for that. And to find that community where, yes, we support each other, and we're not in competition. There is enough for everybody. And I truly believe this, even in the the exercise realm too. That there's a lot of people that, oh no, you're going to take my clients, or there's that competition. No, there is somebody out there for everybody. Yeah. They will seek you, that they will resonate with you, and if they don't, there's somebody else out there who will.
Exactly.
And but you've been a catalyst in bringing this group of women together, and they keep coming.
Yeah,
they do. It's wonderful. Well, thank you.
Okay, here we go. This is why we're wearing the same outfit today.
Yes, we blend.
Okay, so one more time, Johanna, how can people find you? Give us your
Body Wisdom and Wellness.
Okay.
.com.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, Johanna Hestler, and
out and about town.
Out and about. Google me.
Yeah, exactly. Or talk to me and I'll get you hooked up with her. Absolutely. And I'm Megan Edge, and you can find me at meganedgehealing.ca. I'm also on LinkedIn at Megan Edge Healing. You can check out our YouTube channel, Megan Edge Healing. Every workshop I do is on there. Workshop Wisdoms are on there. This show is on there. My radio show is on there. We're building a big platform of free. It's all free content. So go and check that out. I'm also on Facebook. Apparently I have a Twitter account. I don't know.
I think I do too, but
I don't tweet. So if you want to get a hold of me, please don't tweet me. Best way to reach me actually is through email. I check my email every day. I'm old fashioned that way. And that's megan@meganedge.ca.
Great.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and being with us today. And I'm so happy that I get to share Johanna with you.
Thank you.
All right. Blessings, everybody.